Poseidon's Fury is closing, and the nighttime lights at Hogwarts are closing for a bit.
And Michelle and I will give you our thoughts on Mardi Gras 2023.
This is episode 555 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. Hello everyone, welcome to another show. Can't do it by myself. I have Lee with me.
Hello everyone.
I have Chris.
Hey.
And I have my sister from another mister. I'm Michelle.
Hello, hello.
We still get relegated to last again.
Because I wanted to give her the big lead up and give her the floor.
So
Best
I get
for
introduced
last.
first.
Best
Is
for
that
last.
what it is?
It's okay. I was used to it in school with my last name starting with a Z. So.
True.
How is everyone?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Right?
Still haven't decided whether we're coming over in September yet. I think it's about 80% at this point. Put it this way, I was talking to friends of ours asking when they were going to Halloween Horror Nights, and they were like, well, we're waiting to see if this rumour's true about you guys coming over before we decide to book. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, you have a lot of people deciding based on your plans, which is crazy, huh?
It is mental, yes.
If we can make it happen, it's definitely happening.
I think one of us for definite at this point. Still.
Yeah, Lee said he'll stay at home.
Which one? Yeah.
I say, I'll already be packed.
I mean, we might as well mention it there, you've said, so
yeah, well,
I'm sure a lot of people will be sad at this point, but Tracy has 6 shows left before she off for 3 months.
Yeah, I'm off for 3 months.
She's leaving me with all of the testosterone.
There's so much in here.
To be fair, as I've said a million times before, I have more estrogen than the pair of you two put together,
that's true.
to be fair.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but you still give me I need a backup person.
Girl,
I
got you.
haven't reached out to Audrey yet.
I'll send you a cheat sheet of things to say to Lee to wind him up as well.
Okay.
We will be not replacing, but people will be stepping into her shoes for a little bit. I've got a few selected guests already in place, and then I'm sure we'll get some Producers Club members in as well.
I need to go over this list. I need to give final
to fill
say.
the boots. Well, there's 2 people we kind of like. The one that keeps just ringing me randomly all the time.
Oh, yeah, that weirdo.
Yeah,
okay.
The 1% Club.
He can do a fair impression on me, though.
Yeah, both of them will be coming on at some point.
Yeah. That'll be all right.
I just request that they speak in a British accent, no matter how good or bad it is.
That would be fun.
A northern British
Probably get
accent.
them to do it.
And
Probably.
they speak with a girly tone.
Absolutely.
No matter their
not
gender.
that I do. But
Anyway.
And they have to back me up. Like,
I mean, that's not going to happen.
Uh-huh.
I will have words with them. That's part of becoming on the show.
Wow.
no,
You have to sign a
that's
waiver
the
at the
role,
beginning.
Though.
No,
that's the role.
It's true.
I will message them.
Thank
I'll
you.
give them a crib sheet now to wind
I'm
Leo.
just not going to tell her who it is because it's not who you think it is. Anyway,
I know one of them.
Who? No, anyway, don't say it.
Oh, I'll just get him to ring you even more. He'll do anything for me.
Just message
He'll
everybody.
do anything for me, to be fair.
True.
Sorry,
I'll
Brian.
just get Audrey. She'll give you all the you need.
Who? Audrey
Audrey.
loves me.
She loves you, but she doesn't back down from you.
That's true.
Yes,
That's true.
That's very true.
Yeah. But yes, I am off to Korea for 3 months. Let's see how well that goes. There is stuff in place. I'm going to record some bits, and I might do if I can work out technology. I might do a few lives from over there.
Well, the plan.
Oh,
are we going to
fun.
put it out there?
Well,
at
I
this
don't
point?
know yet, 'cause I've got no one to go with.
Put it out there. Yeah, I think you've got a few people. There's a potential. I'm not happy about this, but I am going to announce it here. That potentially Tracy might be the first one of us to visit a Universal park outside of the US.
Woohoo!
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I might be going by myself. So at the moment, that's a big if. Because
I'd go by myself, to be
Oh,
fair.
heck yeah.
it's one thing going to Korea by myself. Yeah, by myself. That's it as well. By myself. Apart from Grace. Seeing Grace for a couple of days right at the beginning. But yeah, if I get over, I'll try to do some lives, and I will, if I get over to Japan,
It'll just be videos of Jaws.
Yeah, that's true. And me sending videos to Lee. He'll have to duet them so you can see him cry.
Oh, no, that means she'll get to do Super Nintendo World before the rest of us. So
Why
I'm not
do you
happy
think
about
I'm
that.
going? That's the entire reason
I am
I'm
not
going.
happy about that.
That's the entire reason I'm going. I had to buy
And she's
all
going to be
of
able
the
to
merch.
do Waterworld.
Oh!
Is that at Japan?
Is it?
No, I
Is
think
that-
it's only in Hollywood and Beijing, isn't it?
Was that, yeah. Well, Beijing is also on the table.
That's just a little bit long of a flight.
If China opens again, Beijing's on the table.
Oh,
So
it's
cool.
in Japan too.
Oh, is it? No, you're right.
Yeah.
It is. If you had the chance to go to China, Andy and Catherine would never forgive you if you got a chance to go out to Universal Beijing.
Well, that will be the reason I'll be going. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
might be a couple of little spin-off episodes when I get back.
It's just not fair.
Lee sobbing.
It's not fair.
It's great. It's very fair. Right, let's get on with things. We have no little things from Seth, but we do have a few updates.
There's a lot of updates, actually.
Yeah, there is actually.
Like, I think pretty big.
Which I'm assuming Seth will probably touch on when he does a
Probably
catch-up one.
usually
So,
does, yeah.
So, oh my goodness, I need this so much. People have been posting all week about the new Toothless popcorn bucket. Oh, it is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
It's
It
awesome.
is adorable.
Holy. I would actually eat popcorn
It is
just
so
to have
cute.
that.
It really is. It's huge
It's-
as well.
It
That's,
glows in the
what
dark
she
too,
said.
doesn't
I
it?
know!
The
No,
eyes?
it doesn't. It doesn't glow in the dark.
The eyes light up. Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
they light up. That's right.
yeah, and it is. It's flipping awesome. The ears also move. It has wind up wings. I mean,
Wow.
how cute is that? The eyes light up and blink.
All right, you see, yeah.
Yeah. It's $29.99 and includes one fill of popcorn, which is fine because I'd then give that popcorn to someone else.
What makes
and
me laugh?
Fill it with M&Ms.
As for how big the popcorn bucket is, the compartment that contains the popcorn is like a fist size.
That's more than enough popcorn.
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of popcorn, but it is awesome. They know what they're doing now, don't they?
Oh yeah.
I'm just selling you another piece of memorabilia.
Well, it's also about getting people, like getting things from Epic Universe in people's psyche before it opens. That's why you've had Monsters houses at Horror Nights for the last few years. That's why, like, the popcorn bucket from last year, and then you're starting to see, like, the Super Nintendo World, Mario stuff's coming into the parks a little bit merch-wise,
Yeah.
and then Toothless stuff's starting to come in, and it's just getting it in people's peripherals before Epic Universe opens.
Oh my
Which I'm
god.
more
Hang
than
on.
happy with.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine how many fun-size Butterfingers I could fit in that.
You should be able to just fill it up with whatever you want.
There'd be at
Gold
least
bars.
it'll be at least 10 minutes worth. Wow. Ha.
They should do a
Yes.
sipper. I'm surprised they haven't done sippers of them as well, like a sipper version of the popcorn
That
bucket,
may be
'cause I
something-
think they would sell
But
them.
that may be something for Epic Universe.
Maybe.
Wait, what's a sipper?
A cup with
Like,
a straw
just
in
a
it.
cup?
Of us-
Oh.
Like they have at Disney. That Disney does all kinds of different sippers. They have just as many sippers as they do popcorn buckets.
Yeah. So like the pumpkin juice one that came out like the back end of last year, whatever it was.
Mm,
I think they would sell just as well as a popcorn bucket would. And probably,
Probably
more
more.
usable.
Probably more so.
Yeah.
maybe they just want to
Yeah,
push
probably
people
more
to
so
freestyle
because-
machines.
Kids really
Yeah.
like those sippers
Yeah, that's
a lot.
true.
Yeah. And not everybody likes popcorn.
Yeah.
They're true.
So, exciting stuff.
Makes a good piggy bank.
I mean, that's a good
to
point
save
as
up
well,
for your,
actually.
for your next trip.
I mean, I don't know what you're putting in it. $100 bills, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't know what they look like.
I think I
Gold
need the
coins.
toothless one, but I wouldn't use it for popcorn. So
No.
piggy bank it is.
Jewelry box?
Yeah. You could use it for
Yeah.
anything, to be quite honest.
Okay. Yeah. I need to go and get one of those now.
You're welcome, Tracy.
Thank you. Michelle, what have you got for us?
Moving on to food updates. There's a new crepe available at Central Park Crepes, and that is the street corn, which is a roasted corn cotija cheese, jalapenos, ancho marinated chicken, cilantro lime cream, and a blue corn tortilla for $11.99.
Yes.
That sounds really good.
That sounds
Yes.
excellent.
I find it interesting that they call it the street corn, and yeah, it's got chicken in it.
Well, I guess it's the corn tortilla, but I would think they would put corn
Yeah.
in it too.
It has. It's got roasted corn. There should have been a comma there.
Oh,
That was
okay.
corn cheese.
No, it's roasted corn and cotija cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd try that. I think it was the pork carnitas they got rid of.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
There's still only like 4 on the menu. It's weird how they've really toned down the menu. I don't like it.
Well, it's still such a small area. They really need to move that into a actual building.
I'm
So popular.
Yeah, I think it would have been. Just offer it in like.
La Bamba.
Yes, that's what I thought. But obviously, that's now the vegan place, isn't it? But I think at the time, yeah, it would have worked there.
Vegan place. You mean Mexican?
Yeah, but it's all vegan stuff. The vast majority of it in there, isn't it?
I mean, they have chicken and beef.
All right, it's good for vegans. Shelby, please message Chris and tell him off for me. Anyway.
Wow.
You're going to have fun editing this episode.
I have fun
Tracy,
editing.
how are you feeling about
episode.
that cilantro lime crema?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I actually really did that then.
That did sound really real.
Wow, all my stress came out.
It just goes to show you, I'm just ignoring this, whatever the hell's going on.
You got a little exorcist moment.
The brisket was obviously the most popular one because that's never moved off the menu.
Brisket's always superior.
Well done, brisket.
Well, we'll see when it comes to Bow Chicka Bow Bow later on. Bow Picka Bow Bow.
Oh.
I think you might be
that's
surprised by the results at this point, Chris, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. But anyway, I'd try that without a doubt. I've still only had one. I had the brisket. It wasn't great, if I'm honest. Although it was cold by the time I got it.
I think with this, I would try 2. One with the crema and one without.
I'm assuming you can get them to take stuff off if you don't want it, because they're made fresh, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd get it without the corn. I'm not a corn guy.
Really?
You get the street corn without the
doesn't
corn?
do it for me.
Can I get the street corn crepe without any corn in it, please? And not
Exactly.
just in my hands, because I don't want the corn tortilla either. I can't even eat
build it in
anything
my
that's
hands.
Right here in my hands, please.
Load my hands full of cream.
That's what she said. Wow.
Holy crap.
Oh my God, I'm glad this isn't our interview episode. We need to clean our act up before next week.
Oh, wow.
This is great.
I'm talking about food.
Well.
The new food stand that Seth has been talking about in Marvel Superhero Island is finally open and serves a foot-long hot dog, a chorizo dog, potato knish, a Bavarian pretzel with cheese sauce, a foot-long chili cheese dog, chips, roasted peanuts, some beers and lagers, and a strawberry or lemon slush.
Yummy.
So we were watching the Pew 2 tonight, and
Yes.
they went out and
They're
tried
fun.
everything. I think it opened, I want to say, like Friday or Saturday. It was
It's within the
relatively
week.
recently, yeah. And all this, I'm really intrigued by that potato knish because it looks like a potato bun. It looks like a bun, but I can't imagine what it tastes like.
Potato in pastry.
Which sounds disgusting. Is it actually in pastry, or is the potato making the pastry?
It could be added. That looks like it's actually. It looks like it's an onion pastry with a mashed potato inside.
Sounds weird.
But it can, I believe, it can be made with a potato dough as well.
Okay.
Sounds yummy.
The chorizo
Oh, yeah.
dog looked good. It's just like a normal hot dog, and they give you like the bits for it on the side, which is like good as well. And you can just choose what you want.
Did we post up photos?
No.
Okay.
The slushes
The
look
Bavarian
excellent.
pretzel, isn't that just a big salted pretzel?
Yeah, and it was very expensive apparently.
$11.
It's from Bavaria, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
they said it was
fancy.
no different from any other pretzel they had, just
It didn't-
$3 more expensive.
It didn't look that good. It wasn't glazed very well.
Just a pretzel, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Slushes looked
Yummy.
excellent.
Yeah, they were quite complimentary about the two
Yeah.
slushes, weren't they?
And you know me, anything lemon.
But it's good. You're starting to see all these permanent food booths that they're putting in around the parks now. Like that one in the 2 in New York, and then this one. And I'm assuming they're going to be putting one in on the corner where like Minions is going to be opening. Like around where the walls are, like across from the studio store. I'm assuming that's what they're going to be doing there.
I just like that they're themed out as well to the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Because I'm not a fan of temporary food stands. They look a bit...
Temporary.
Yeah, like food carts. Well, they do, and it's like, I think the park, it's been around long enough now that you're obviously going to keep them there, so just replace them with permanent ones, which is what they're doing.
They do look like solid structures.
And obviously you can offer better quality food, because if you're putting a sort of proper structure in, then you can have proper cookers and stuff in there, so...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, it looks good. Someone mentioned Minions Cafe.
Me?
You. My little minion. So yeah, that must be getting ready for opening as they are advertising for people to join the opening team. So exciting stuff. The advertisement states, "Do you have what it takes to be one in a minion?"
Yeah.
I bet somebody high-fived himself at that
Oh,
one.
yeah, without a doubt. That's marketing 101, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. If so, we have the perfect opportunity for you. Illumination's Minion Cafe is now hiring for front-of-house roles such as quick service associate. I assume that's not as posh as it sounds.
They're also advertising for back-of-the-house staff as well.
And they're paying from $15 an hour. And if that's something you're interested in, go to jobs.universalparks.com/ and search for Minion Cafe. And let us know if you get the job, because we'd like discounts. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. But
she's kidding. I'm not.
The expansion they've done on that restaurant looks huge.
Yeah,
it does.
Because they've brought it out as well, haven't they?
They've brought it out. They've pushed it up. I mean, there's bits of like actual structure kind of
like some
uncovered
sort of
now.
plastic surgery.
And obviously they've painted the back of Transformers.
Yeah.
Sky blue, which is strange.
Go away blue.
It hasn't gone away though, has it? That's how you make that structure go away, to be fair. I'm intrigued to see what it's like when it opens. Like I say, I just hope it's better than its counterpart in Hollywood.
Well, time will tell, and from what we're hearing, it's not going to be too much time.
I don't know about Minions Cafe, but I mean, Minion Blast looks... The facade's pretty much done, and usually by the time they're getting the facade finished, the inside would be pretty much done. But I would have thought they'd want to open both of them at the same time, or
I would imagine
fairly
so.
close.
I think so.
Yeah, and Minions Cafe doesn't look anywhere near. I mean,
but we know how fast they can rattle stuff out.
True.
That's it, you know.
They're just adding onto the structure. Like the base structure is there, so it's not like permitting and stuff on all that should be done.
Yeah,
and now just adding in, whatever extensions that they're doing. And then once the structure's there, how fast these guys can knock out interiors.
Yeah. And it depends on what they're taking out. They may leave the layout the same.
Well, like I say, I can't remember who it was. Was it Jackie we were watching yesterday where you can see actual outside, like the outside structure has started to have, like, not rendering, but whatever they're using, stucco or whatever it is. So you can kind of see what the building's going to look like already. That's uncovered. So they're working the way down. So the outside's not going to be a million miles away from being done.
No, when I was there a couple weeks ago, it was the outside was pretty much there. I mean, it wasn't finished. Like it didn't look like a finished building, but I mean, the outside, it was there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're still building the structure itself.
No, I think the structure's built. They're just putting the facade on now, as it were.
Exactly. Which, as Chris said, that does not take Universal very long.
No, it doesn't.
No. Especially if they're bringing night workers as well.
True.
So, yeah. Get your Minion pennies ready, people. It's not going to be long. Chris.
Yeah, this one caught us off guard. Like, I think it caught everybody off guard, but out of the blue, Universal announced last week that Poseidon's Fury will close on May 9th, 2023. And pretty sure I know a couple people that lit up a candle in their house. Real sad about this one. But an internal email that has been circulating online stated, Poseidon's Fury at Islands of Adventure will close as we prepare for exciting new entertainment for our guests. The last day of the show will take place on Tuesday, May 9th, and we are working individually with impacted team members to find them other opportunities across the destination. We will share more details about what will be replacing Poseidon's Fury in the future, but for now, I want to extend my gratitude to all teams who have contributed their time and talent over the years to our one-of-a-kind, awe-inspiring attraction. Since its opening with IOA in 1999, Poseidon's Fury has amazed and entertained with its unique combination of storytelling and special effects, like the 40-foot-long water vortex tunnel, jaw-dropping scene changes, and the extraordinary interplay between performers and set pieces. Its enduring secret to success has been the show quality level that our talented actors, operations, production crew, and technicians constantly delivered. These teams are truly the heart of the experience and are what have kept our guests coming back for so many years.
So we obviously talked about this a lot when it came out. It's like, it's sad because it's the last vestige of an attraction at probably any of the Orlando theme parks that are led by an actor now that isn't an actual show.
I can't think of any others.
Like, you used to have Jaws or Disaster. True. Or like the backlot tour at Hollywood Studios. This is that last vestige now of an attraction that isn't a show, that is largely, or a lot of the experience is down to the actor that you get playing Taylor. And to be fair, they've all been great when we've had them.
Definitely.
I mean,
that's very true.
So here's the interesting. I know when Tracy and I, the last time we went on it was when we were after the weekend.
I'm so pleased we did.
Chris, when was the last time you did Poseidon's Fury?
Not that long ago, actually.
Okay.
We, I don't know. It was this year for sure. So maybe 2 or 3 trips back. But yeah, I mean, we do this thing where we like to ride rides we don't normally do every now and then just to remember them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad we did that.
Us
I don't know
too.
if we'll make it back in time.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Michelle?
Let's see.
This doesn't
It's
strike
been
me as a
over a
Michelle
year.
type of attraction. She has to walk and stand.
Good God, you're such an.
Ours.
I was gonna say that.
I know you were. That's
And
why
I
I
thought
said
you'd
it.
make fun of me for saying it. Yeah, it's not my favorite. The effects are cool, but I much rather would see it go the way of Harry Potter, to be honest with you.
I'm not sure that's where it's going to go.
I know, but it would be super cool. Like that end fighting scene could be
Like
you
ones,
know,
Yeah.
So we think that we're going to keep that whole structure.
I mean, who
They
knows
could.
at this point?
With
Yeah.
where if they took out Sinbad as well, that they could bypass and leave that little area of Lost Continent still there and bypass and extend Wisdom World.
Because at this point,
Mhm.
other than Mythos, the Lost Continent has nothing in it worth going. Like, no
No.
reason to go to it other than to grab a snack or grab dinner.
Well, it's like the old. I mean, I think it's more of, I don't know, us old heads who have been going to the park forever. Like that's the last kind of. I think that's the last ride that's an original ride,
Yeah.
right? We can say that
E.T.?
in that
Oh,
park.
this
No,
park.
everything in
no,
that
no,
park
no,
still.
I mean, non-IP related.
Oh, yes. Then yes, you're right. Correct.
That's going away, which is kind
Yeah.
of a bummer. It's not the greatest ride. It's a cool experience though.
Yeah.
But like it still going through that kind of brings back old memories of going there when I was younger. So I think it plays that kind of fan service. But somebody that's never been to the park before comes in and goes through that
that's
based off of the technology that we have today.
Yeah.
Might
not a good
be
representation.
underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Well, when we did it in December, we were sat waiting to go in, and there was a family there, a guy with his kids, and he's like, "We're thinking about going in this. What is it?" And then trying to explain it to somebody, and we were like, "It's not great, but go and do it." Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say don't go and do it, but if you think it's crap, don't blame us. Don't come and hunt us down afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't actually know whether they went in, but we were like, you've got to do it to see what it's like for yourself. But yeah, compared to everything else in that park, it is unlike anything else around at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a weird closure. Like just doing this, like why?
Mm-hmm.
They have so many other projects going on right now to then go and jump into this. It's my like I think we talked about it, offline, but my guess is because it's cost prohibitive.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you would just cut that out of nowhere, where, all these companies are cutting back, trying to save every single penny they can. And this is just probably it could be one of their highest costing operating, budgets.
It
or whatever
probably
it
is. When you look at the water effects, the fire effects, it probably does cost a lot to run.
Oh yeah. Especially that water tunnel.
Yeah. It's weird because obviously we have a lot of team member friends who work in the parks. Like, so many of them have worked on Poseidon's Fury. It's crazy. And it's I'm seeing a lot of them post this last week after hearing the news, and like it's a huge part of a lot of people's careers at Universal. If they've worked it, it's one of those things that stuck with them. Because the first time we ever did Poseidon's Fury was, I was telling Brian the other day actually, it was midnight during Halloween Horror Nights. Because it wasn't open during the day the first time we went. It was only open during Horror Nights, which was weird.
It was great coming out there and get some really great scares as well.
Yeah.
Because it was pitch black.
And there was like nobody in line for it except us.
Yeah. At your own personal show.
Wonder why.
But it's incredibly dated. You look at like not the projections as such, the actual characters are like, wow.
But when you know some of those actors and you're going, wow, they haven't looked like that for a little while.
Yes.
The weird thing about that ride is that, in my opinion, I think all you would have to do is fix that last scene and the ride can hold up for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's really, and it's not even, again, we've been going and doing this for so long. We just accept that, right? But God, would it be such a cool ride if they upgraded? It doesn't even have to be like a water screen. Just update the visuals, put it on some LED screen in the background.
Yeah.
Totally cool with that.
Yeah. I said after, when we'd gone in, I came out because it didn't have a refurb a while ago before this one.
I don't think so.
I was certain it went down for something. I could have sworn there was some sort of refurb, might be an internal refurb or something like that. And I came out of that this time, having not done it for a while. And one of my first thoughts was, they haven't updated any of the film.
No, they didn't. As Seth said, when it happened, it was all projectors and lighting.
Yeah, but it's like they haven't updated the film. So I think that this has been on the cards for such a long time that I don't think they're going to actually knock that building down.
No, because you've also got to look, it's not only have they updated the projectors and lighting, they've repainted the entire facade of that attraction.
But inside looks different as well. I know, I pointed that out a couple of times. Certain things were not just freshened up, but certain things were different colours. Like the handrails, I'm pretty sure, were idea. Different.
Yeah, why spend all that money though?
Exactly.
On paint,
strange,
especially the outside too. Where, okay, if you're gonna gut a building, do something else, but you'd also theme the outside to something else. Why spend all of that money painting the outside just to get rid of it?
Here's a question. So the building was refurbed. Was any of the rock work and stuff in front of it, and the trident and the fist? And
it was all repainted.
They were all repainted.
Yeah.
So if they hadn't been, or if it's only been like a light touch-up job, I'd say they were earmarked to go.
Because I don't believe for a second whatever they replace that with is going to be in theming with the Lost Continent. Because
maybe they're bringing in Waterworld.
In the Lost Continent?
Yeah.
Drape that building with a lot of greenery and stuff like that. They can turn that into Hyrule.
But then, Zelda means nothing to me, but you're going to have this random... it worries me about watering down what Islands of Adventure is, that you're going to have this random bit of land and then this random attraction just outside of this random... But it's in Jurassic Park.
No, I meant to say...
Skull Island.
That's what I meant to say, Skull Island, sorry.
I agree a little bit with that, but it does kind of fit where it is.
It does now. Now you've got Velocicoaster bridging that gap a bit more because it's bigger and it seems to take up that space more.
I don't know. They might not do anything.
Lost Continent's going to be gone.
Sinbad shut down 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And they've done bot all with that other than use it as an extended queue for Hagrid's at this point.
Right. But that's so much real estate.
Oh, it really is.
A lot.
Yeah, it's massive. Because that building's got to be huge, just Poseidon on its own, plus the entrance facade. It's massive.
There is a utility road at the back.
Yeah, but even
that splits it, but that can be moved.
Yeah. Like if you use Sinbad plus Poseidon plus the entrance to Poseidon.
Mm-hmm. I actually think, though, that Zelda could quite easily be made to fit into it because it is all enchanted and mythical.
So
I do think it could work.
I will state my claim as a Universal podcaster. If Zelda's the plan, you will not see anything happen to that land until after Epic Universe opens. Because 100%. Then you won't want anything Nintendo anywhere else in Orlando until Super Nintendo World opens.
I do also think that Zelda is kind of like a bit late now.
I think so too.
Don't know, isn't a new one just come out?
What do you mean?
Well, it's been around forever, but they didn't stop with Harry Potter.
Super Mario.
I was going to say it didn't stop with Harry Potter. It didn't stop with Super Mario.
I can tell you that Zelda, I don't play it, like the most recent ones, but it is extremely popular. I have seen nothing but advertisements for the new Zelda game coming out.
I haven't been thinking about buying a Switch just to get that.
It looks really good.
I know it does.
I've never played or seen anything about any of them, to be quite honest.
I played it on a Game Boy.
N64 Ocarina of Time is the GOAT.
That's the one I've heard of most.
That's not the one I played. Yeah. Oh, was it that?
So I'm looking at an overhead view of Poseidon's Fury with that little water area in front of it. And the area that it encompasses is bigger than the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's huge. This thing's huge. And that's not counting Mythos. That's right there. Like, that's separate from all that. It is as big as the Wizarding
Yeah, if you
World
take up
and
that whole
the Hogwarts
land-
Express station.
I mean, yeah, huge.
And they could get rid of those crappy little stalls as you come into Lost Continent from Zeus. Move the big birdfish. I can't remember what its actual name is.
It's a griffin, isn't it?
I thought a griffin was the body of a lion.
That's what that is. Oh,
No,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
fish.
It's not a fish.
It's a fishy thing. It's got scales and a
It's got bigger bloody claws.
Yeah, it's broad. It's a chimera then, and they could split that. So you go left into what's left of Lost Continent and straight ahead, and there's your new entrance to your new land.
Okay.
They could do that quite easily if you think about it.
Yeah.
So do we all agree do we think that Lost Continent's leaving? Or we think it's staying and adding something else?
I think it's leaving.
I think it's got to go.
I think it's going to be piecemeal over the next couple of years.
If it
waiting for Epic
doesn't, then they're completely on what Islands of Adventure is at that point, I think. If you start doing what you're doing at studios and just randomly changing little bits of it, then it loses the whole point of it, and I'll be incredibly disappointed. I'd like to think they know better than that.
Mythos is the worry.
I think that there's no way that'll go, but how you retheme it to something...
Retheming, yeah.
Like the outside of it,
Yeah,
I don't know how you do that.
The inside too.
Yeah, it's got to be... How do you top something as spectacular as that? Because you can't go backwards with something like that. You can't do it generic. People will riot. And they have to keep the knife, fork and spoon grilled cheese.
Of course.
Because I will riot.
I mean, of course, we will be doing a tribute show to this after it closes. I've already got, as we always do, I like to have people that have some connection to it. So I've got a couple of guests lined up to join us who have worked on the attraction in different capacities over the years.
Ooh.
One who we've had on the show before, actually.
Aha.
You probably won't be here.
Oh, thanks. Remind me. Oh, wait, I'm having fun. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be in Japan.
I like to pay tribute, and it deserves it. It's been open a long, long time.
I can record something about it for that show.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Cool. Michelle.
Yeah, we got another closing coming up. There's another internal email circulating that talked about the imminent closure of the nighttime lights at Hogwarts Castle in Hogsmeade. They say that it will close on May 9th for an extended closure to make way for future enhancements. Stay tuned to universalorlando.com for updates on when the projection show will resume. So...
Don't say it. That's what everyone's saying, but I don't think it will be.
It would be cool to see Dementors flying around it.
Well, they did it out in Hollywood, didn't they?
And a snitch. That'd be funny.
So cool.
Little snitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. As soon as anything like this happens, the fanboys immediately jump on, oh my God, we want the Earth. And then they go, yeah, no.
Yeah, they're just changing out projectors, guys. Relax.
Probably.
I think it just goes to show you how much money Universal actually do have. When you look at, they're building an entire new resort down the road with multiple hotels, state-of-the-art attractions, state-of-the-art lands, and yet obviously something's happening at Poseidon. We're going to update this. We're updating the Lagoon Show. We're doing something over in Kids Zone. There's walls up all around Universal Studios Florida.
Yeah.
They're putting new food booths here, there, and everywhere. They are splashing the cash everywhere.
They are investing big time.
Because they know now that we're maybe not level with Disney, but we're getting there, and we need to keep that and bring the level up of everything, not just Epic Universe.
Wow, we're only a little podcast.
Not us.
They were good.
It was all right.
You whinged and moaned that you hadn't seen them forever, and then they were all right.
It was all right.
Wow.
He was the one that wanted the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My emotions have gone. I don't have emotions like I used to have for some reason. I don't cry at the drop of a hat anymore.
Oh, I have a kick in the nuts for that.
Literally.
10 years ago, if I'd have watched that, I'd have been stood there bawling like a child. But it's just like, it's all right.
I remember when you used to get to the bloody parking ramp going in and you'd be like, couldn't talk.
No, it's just
never mind walking
that
in.
entry music, and that was it. I was away.
Yeah,
I'm not there anymore now.
I turned around to film him as we were walking in last time. Nothing. I was so disappointed.
I cried. I'm all cried out.
Is that the tune?
Yeah.
It is now. Wow. Okay. Let's see if we can make Lee cry over some little happy moments, shall we? Some Producers Club birthdays. We have a member who has just joined, so we have a very belated birthday.
He still wants to get it for this year because he's part of this year. So.
Yes. This is going back to October the 13th, so an almost Halloween baby. So a very warm welcome and a big happy birthday to the lovely Ron Vyskoski. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Ron!
Happy birthday, Ron.
Right, and moving on to the regular lot. We are going to start April the 18th. We have the amazing Matthew Lynch's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
I hope he listens to it on the day of release because that would be today.
That would be,
then.
yeah. Of course, yes. And the following day, on the 19th, we have the gorgeous Jacqueline Colpitt's birthday. Happy birthday, Jacqueline!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Jacqueline.
Oh, birthday twins. I always like it when we have birthday twins. 2 sets of twins in here. And we are going on to the 20th, and we are going to start with the fabulous Chad Day's birthday. Happy birthday, Chad!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Chad!
Happy birthday, Mr. Day.
And then we have my actual twin.
I think she is at this point.
Yeah, we have agreed. We are twins. We are birthed on opposite sides of the world. Perhaps, actually, she may be Scottish. We don't know.
Oh, yeah.
She may be Scottish. We have way too much weird stuff in common. So I want to say a massive, humongous, gorgeous happy birthday to my absolute darling, Joni McGriswold. Happy birthday, Joni!
Happy birthday!
Joni, happy birthday!
Feliz cumpleaños, Joni.
It is kismet that her and her best friend's birthdays are 1 day apart.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. And moving on to the 22nd, we had the splendiferous Aaron Rifkin's birthday. Happy birthday, Aaron!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And moving on to our next set of birthday twins on the 23rd, we will start with a huge happy birthday to the phenomenal Benny Batcave. Happy birthday!
Happy
gotta have it.
Happy
It's
birthday,
gotta be.
Benny.
And come back next year. Same bat day, same bat channel.
Sorry,
birthday,
Benny.
Benny.
Have a great one.
I would be happy if people call me Batcave
I think
if that
it's
was
such
my
a cool
name.
name.
Oh, yeah.
And the birthday twin is one of my favourite people, with one of the most gorgeous children, who is the calmest child and was happy just to be passed around, and I adore her and nearly stole her. It is the fantastic Tyler Bowman's birthday. Happy birthday, Tyler!
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Tyler!
Happy birthday, Tyler.
And last but not least, on the 27th of April, it is the marvellously gorgeous Nicole Hunter's birthday. Happy birthday, Nicole!
Happy birthday, Nicole.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Nicole.
This is who we went and stalked her when she was at work at Antihito's when we were there in December. And we
she
were just
looked
kind of
fraught.
stood there waiting for her to notice us, and she was so busy that she didn't.
It was crazy. Yeah. So I hope you all have a wonderful birthday. Lots of cake, lots of presents, lots of laughter.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We are going to take a quick ad break, or you can listen to the wonderful tones of PortKey Vacations, and we'll be right back.
Man, we need a vacation.
Oh, I got this.
Whoa, that's awesome. But I was thinking something a little more adventurous.
Okay, how about this?
Yes!
And how about some relaxation from Mama?
Oh, perfect. Wait, how did you do that?
Easy. PortKey Vacations.
For your next vacation, let PortKey Vacations take away all the guesswork and stress of planning. From air and hotel to theme park tickets and everything else in between, they've got you covered. Just visit PortKeyVacations.com and touch the PortKey to get started with your free, no-obligation quote request. With just one touch, and PortKey Vacations will magically take you wherever you want to go.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. We certainly did. We are going to move straight on to a bow pick a bow bow from Kevin and Francesca.
Bow. Pick a bow bow. Bow. Pick a bow bow. Bow. Pick a bow bow. Bow, pick a bow bow, baby.
Hey everyone, Kevin here. I am at Bend the Bow with my friend Francesca, and I just want to say I'm still getting over just how amazing the Weekender was, and I have severe FOMO from missing out on Bend the Bow at the Weekender now that I heard all these ratings, and so I decided that I had to come back and try it for real this time. I had the pork belly probably about a year ago, and I didn't like that one. So it kind of turned me off from Bend the Bow for a while, but now that you all gave so many 4s and 5s, I decided I got to try it. So I tried the fried chicken, kimchi fried chicken. See, I forgot to say kimchi because there really wasn't much kimchi in it. But I love the sauce. All right, that was the perfect amount of spice. I am a sauce person, so I feel like the rest of it could be crap, and the sauce is amazing, and I'm still gonna like it. But sauce is great. Cucumbers were really fresh. The chicken was good, but not super flavorful. And like I said, not much kimchi. But the bao was great. It was great on all of them, really. Super fresh. So overall, I'm going to give that one a 4.5. If the chicken itself had been more flavorful, I think it would have gotten an easy 5. So next I tried the shrimp. That one was also really fresh. Loved the tomatoes and the avocado. I also liked the spiciness on that one too. And I think I didn't like it quite as much as the chicken one. So for me, the shrimp gets a 4. Still really good though. Tried the crab cake. And that one, I'm going to have to give it a 2.5, but I think I'm just not a big crab person in general. So it wasn't bad, it's just not my thing. And also doesn't help that it got a little cold because it is quite cold outside right now. It's in the low 50s, which, in terms of Florida, it's pretty cold. So that didn't help. But now I got to talk about the brisket. All right, so I got the brisket, took a look at it, and realized, oh no, there is cilantro on this. And I thought I was done, like it was going to be a 0. I wouldn't be able to handle it because I don't like cilantro. Well, I took a bite of this, and amazingly, I tasted the cilantro, and it didn't ruin the whole bao. I think it actually added to it, and I don't know what's happening to me. So,
there you go, Teresa.
Do I like cilantro now, or is it just Bend the Bow? I don't even know what's going on, but the cilantro and the onion worked together, and the brisket was great. And because this is now a life-changing moment for me, and I loved it, I have to give it a, oh hell yeah, 5 out of 5. All right, so now I'm going to pass it off to my friend Francesca, who is currently sinking down in her seat, scared to talk. But she's going to give her ratings for the 2 that she tried.
Howdy, y'all. So I tried the shrimp bao, and it was a bit spicy for me. I'm not a big spicy person, but the shrimp was really good because I am slowly trying seafood, and the shrimp is my first one. And too many onions. I'm not a big onion fan. I forgot to also tell them to take out the onions like Kevin did with the cilantro. I give that a 3.5. And then the kimchi fried chicken, it was really good. I love the chicken. The sauce was perfect. And it was so good that I said, oh hell yeah, and knocked my mask off of the balcony here, sadly.
And now the mask is sitting all by itself on the floor in front of the theater, so it's looking very sad, and we have to go pick it up now. That's going to do it for us today. We're very excited to be on this and be part of this Pick a Bow Bow. And see you all later. Bye.
So I will say that those ratings shook things up a little bit.
Wow.
Quite a lot, actually, is what I'll say.
Wow.
I think we've got 3 left to play. And then I'll call her out because she still keeps promising to send one. Brooke Warner is supposed to be sending one.
Brooke Warner.
I'm just trying to find my little... We've got one from Kayla, one from Lauren, and one from Andrew White, and then Brooke. So we've got another 3, potentially 4 still to get played.
Yeah.
Interesting results at the moment.
I would like to say, though, as I keep saying every time it comes up, I don't know what kimchi recipe they're using, but that is not kimchi.
No, and Chris said the same.
No. Also, I was starting to like Kevin. And then he was converted to cilantro.
Cilantro is so good.
No, it's not. It's the category with coconut and avocado. Yeah,
I love coconut too.
Although I did like how surprised he was that it added something.
Oh yeah.
The first thing that went through my head was, I guess his bow was bent then.
Okay.
Oh, he had his bow bent. Anyway, whatever. You can edit that out if you really want to, because it sounded better in my head.
If you guys would like to be heard on the podcast, all you have to do is go to Bend the Bow over at Universal. Try as many bows as you like. Rate them 1 to 5. 1 being ugh, 5 being
Oh, hell yeah.
And send them in to podcast at UUOpodcast.com.
And Francesca's "Oh hell yeah" was the shyest one I've ever heard. It was so cute.
She's in the producers club as well.
Oh no.
Oh hell yeah.
Hey, you should give it a go.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Mardi Gras 2023 wrapped up this weekend, and Michelle finally got to experience the event the previous weekend, so we thought it was time for Chris and her to review this year's event. So have at it, guys.
Well, yeah. So I was just there for 1 day. So Chris, you have a lot more experience than I do. But I was there for 1 day over spring break. It was crazy busy. Not only was it spring break, it was also Easter weekend. So not the best time to go to any of the theme parks for sure. I was there for about 10 hours and only rode a whopping 4 rides.
Wow.
Yes. So that just tells you a little bit how my day went. However, I did get to see Mardi Gras stuff around. I still stand by my word in that there is not a lot of decorations when it comes to Mardi Gras.
No.
If you heard us on a previous episode talking about holiday decorations, there really wasn't a ton of around. There was a lot of food for sure. The parade, however, stole the show.
Really?
Oh, it was so good this year. It was so good. I mean, the floats are always really good, but it seems like they get better and better every year.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. The performers were awesome. They were the performers in between the floats were really interactive with the crowd.
Yeah. I know something that I mentioned when I had Kayla, Grace, Madeline, and Kevin on as well, and Tracy and I noticed when we were watching the parade on a vlog. Performers of all shapes and sizes this year.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was really
For
good
sure.
to see.
Very good to see, yes.
It was awesome. And even like people that weren't in costume, just the people that have to walk along the sides of the floats for safety, like even they were really getting into it this year and dancing and singing and like interacting. It was really good. I could tell that everybody involved with the parade really enjoyed their job. Which was cool. Lots and lots and lots of beads.
It has a very different feel to the holiday parade. Like the Mardi Gras one's so much more upbeat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a total party atmosphere.
Yeah.
And there was a perfect breeze during the parade, which was perfect because whenever they would do the confetti cannons,
awesome.
It seemed like the confetti just floated for like 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Yeah.
It was really cool. And they were throwing so many. We sat in the annual pass holder roped off area right in front of Mel's.
Yeah.
So you get to see it on both ends. You get to see it come around twice. And we got, Chris, I should say, got so many beads. They were throwing so many beads that Maddie was actually dodging them because we were getting like pelted with them. So, and I didn't try any of the food. The lines were too long.
No food at all?
No.
Wow. That is busy weekend.
I mean, I saw the
crazy.
wait times for the rides that weekend, and it was mental.
Yeah, it just wasn't. Well, I lied. Chris had tried one. She tried the gelato.
The bun.
Yeah, like brioche.
Yes.
And I took a bite of it, and it was good. And we just happened to get lucky and be walking past that when it was a low wait. But everything else that I wanted to try, there was no way I was waiting that long. So,
wow.
I didn't really have a whole lot of experience with Mardi Gras just because that was my only day, and it was literally like 3 days before Easter. So
you got to see more of it than we did. Our experience of Mardi Gras is Brian, thank you, sir, sent Tracy the freestyle Mardi Gras cup and the cup holder. And a crap ton of beads as well through the post for us. Bless. Well, him and Laura. I'll think Laura as well. I think Laura was the one that actually sent it.
I love the
and the merchandise on the day I was there was 50% off.
Nice.
So there's that.
Went even lower. Look at that.
Wow. Krista got a shirt for like $10.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. See, that's what we should get our prizes.
That's what Chris said, actually. This is the thing about going to Horror Nights the first weekend, because you're buying everything full price when...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just leave some money with Chris and say, hey, there's the wish list.
And he forgets about it.
Or your size isn't there anymore.
Yeah. Leave it with Alexa.
That's probably a better idea.
Chris, you went quite a bit this year.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with what Michelle was saying in regards to the parade. The parade was just the star of the show. So obviously the floats are awesome. Character interactions, I feel, were elevated this year.
Okay.
Like I know they've come out and they've, interacted with the crowds and things like that. But man, this year was just fantastic. Like we don't do a lot of that, and we would just happen to hang out a few times in the area where they would come out because we were just eating some food there.
Yeah.
And if you're on a table, they will come up to your table and just start talking to you.
Awesome.
And it give you like a real interaction, not just some generic thing. Because sometimes they would just stand there talking to you for a while, and so that was all fun.
You're talking about like the ones just kind of milling around before the parade.
Yeah. Like they'll come out, and I mean they're part of the parade too.
Yeah.
But they will come out and just hang out for probably like half an hour, I think, before the parade starts, and just spark up conversations. So it was a lot of fun. Food. I know, Michelle, you said you didn't get to try too much food. I had a list somewhere here that kind of wrote notes, but I can't find it. But the food was good. I feel like previous years have had better food.
Okay.
Or at least things that I would enjoy a bit more. It's like I was like super bummed they had no like regular po' boy. Like it was just
a fried green tomato one.
It was just a fried green tomato, which a lot of people love.
Yes.
But just not my thing. And like I remember, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3, when they had the chicken po' boy.
I think I had one the year we came over, actually, 2020. Christ. Yeah, I think I got the po' boy that year.
Yeah. I think it was like chicken and andouille sausage in there.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. It was fantastic. I think I had that thing like every single trip that we went out there, at least twice. It was really good. I just feel like the food was lacking a little bit this year, but they did have, I will give them, they had fantastic variety, right? Like they really had unique items from, all these different countries. So hats off to them for that. Like, it's just my personal preference, but I'm pretty sure other people would probably disagree with me on the food.
Yeah.
Drinks were really good this year. Okay. I think we got to sample a good amount of them, in the different countries and stuff like that. So no complaints there. I mean, it's better than Horror Nights cocktails. I'll say that much. When some of the mixed stuff.
Having experienced them, yes, they can't have been much worse, to be fair.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, to go along with what Michelle was saying in regards to decor and all that, I do agree. Like there needs to be a little bit more because it's a little heavily concentrated in one area of the park rather than spread out. And if you walk away from that little corner,
that Gramercy Park area,
you can forget that it's Mardi Gras. Like there's not really anything in other areas aside from some food booths, but even that doesn't scream Mardi Gras. It's just, oh, here's Puerto Rico or here's Brazil.
And they didn't even feel that spread out to me this year because we walked around the park and I'm still remembering COVID year, obviously, when they didn't have a parade, but they had like the floats areas like set up throughout the park. Not just the floats, but like that year did feel Mardi Gras heavy, like the whole park. Mm-hmm. There was Mardi Gras stuff kind of everywhere. And it seems like they backed off from that now that COVID's over, which I don't know why they would. Okay. But
very weird, yeah.
Because there's still that NOLA sign, isn't there, over the bridge that goes from kind of bypasses Fear Factor, isn't there? They've got like that set up there where there's the booth there and the big NOLA sign that's there. But other than that,
Yeah, I definitely could go for some more decor in the parks. The other big thing for me, which I associate Mardi Gras with, especially even having actually done it, is music. And I just don't feel like they have enough of that live music aspect.
Really?
Whereas in like previous years, I remember like they would have like probably a 4-piece band or something like that are all from New Orleans, and they would just come out and they perform, and you'd have like a little street party there. Like people just start dancing, and it's just like this environment, which is very, very Mardi Gras. Like that's exactly how one would picture it and how you'd want to do it. Didn't really get that this year. I think I saw them from the multiple trips we did. Maybe twice we saw like a band, and not to knock the band, but it felt like it was just like a 3-piece band, and it just almost felt like fake. Like they weren't even right. They were just kind of like, hitting, playing the trumpet. And it didn't even feel like a song. It just like random noises coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Aside from it felt like a great value version of a band. So I feel like they really should amp up the music aspect. I know I think during the weekdays, like they had actual bands, like marching bands that would come through. I never saw that on the weekends, and maybe that's just a thing that they don't do because it's too busy.
Weren't they like the college ones? Because that's why the Coopers were there, weren't they? Because of their
high school
band. High school band.
Yeah, exactly. But they performed on Monday. No, yeah, they performed on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
So I never saw it. I never saw it in person. Like they did send me a video of like when they were playing. I'm like, this is freaking awesome. Like we need more of this stuff going on here, because that is exactly like you see that when you go to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. There are literally just tons of high school bands and college bands that just come out and perform. Then you have your floats and all that stuff. So I really think they got to amp up, decor and music to get it to a higher level.
Yeah, just that the vibe just wasn't there, which is weird. They also cut back on the concerts. So what's happening here, guys?
We've complained a lot about that, but that also felt weird. Going as many times as we did this year and not being able to see a concert, it's just mind-blowing.
Right. So are they scaling the event back, you think,
Surely
on purpose?
Not.
I don't know. I mean, it's a big seller for them in reference, and they're making a crap ton of money on
and
food.
That's why it's as long as it is now.
Yeah. And on top of that, just to complain a little bit, which we've seen it in other areas, so it's not Mardi Gras specific, and it's also not Universal specific, but it is really annoying, is the portions on some of the food items. Like they've shrank the portions drastically.
Right.
And, the prices, they're not $5 anymore. You're paying.
Yeah, the prices are going up.
Yeah, like the one that I think we made fun of the entire trip was the Brazil booth, where they have the picanha, which is, Brazilian steak, cooked a certain way, comes with chimichurri, and I forgot what else it came with, like something else. But this dish is, I think it's $12.
Wow.
Oof.
And when I'm going to send you a picture, when I tell you it is 2 little cuts of steak, not like a steak, just the bite, 2 tiny bites for like $13. It tasted so good. And it took everything out of me not to keep on going back and ordering it, because I loved it. But it was ridiculous. It's 2 small little pieces for $13. And I'll tell you right now, because I've bought it, picanha is a cheap cut of beef. So it's not even like, this is an expensive cut. It's not. It's super cheap.
Yeah, you could get like a whole plate, like a huge plate from a restaurant for that price.
Yes, wow. Exactly. But it was good. I mean, it tasted fantastic, but I just couldn't justify paying that. And, there were some other areas that I liked the stuff, but I'm like, man, this is just extremely small. I remember Alexa even having to go back to some of the booths. So I think it was the poutine booth, or the Canada booth that had the poutine fries. Mm. And she literally just went back to them. She's like, guys, like, what is this? And it's supposed to have like beef on top. It was a little sliver. Like you couldn't even fulfill like one bite of that thing. Wow. They're like, can we get more? Like, we're very sorry. Shouldn't be like that. Blah, 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 blah. So there's a lot of that with the food issues, which Michelle, you didn't really have to deal with, but it was there.
Wow. That makes you wonder if they just tried to get away with it.
I mean, of course they're going to. It's a theme park. Yeah, that's what they do.
But do it right in the first place.
Because but in the past, these and at other events, it hasn't really been a complaint.
No.
It could go back, and this is, again, not a Universal thing specific, but it doesn't make it right, where, all these companies are trying their hardest to squeeze everything they can.
Of course, yeah.
So get less for more. I think we were seeing a little bit of that there, maybe even with the concerts, right? It's like, we have a few concerts. We don't have to do the rest because look how busy we were this entire time without concerts, which is unfortunate because I hope they don't get rid of concerts, but this is a sign that they could, and they would still have an event sold out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny if you go back, I think one of my favorite videos I've ever seen, funnily enough, is one of ours when Kenneth used to do some vlogs and stuff for us. He did one, I want to say it was like 2017, and you talked about that live music and stuff. There's like a band that he'd cut a load of clips, but then had the band that were playing at that point playing over the whole thing, and it's awesome. I go back and listen to it every now and again because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the hugest fan of jazz, but it's just so, and it just like he captured Mardi Gras that year in that video so well.
Yeah, it's an ambiance. Like you want to feel like you're there doing that. You go there for Grinchmas and you really feel like it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Like
you
feel
do.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Horror Nights, hands down, no questions asked.
But again, Horror Nights is a different one, isn't it? Like we said a week ago,
yes.
Horror Nights, they have a damn sight more money to play around with for an event than Mardi Gras or the holidays do.
It's true. But again, just going back to previous years, again, there were things that are not there that used to be there. So it's not even like we're asking to add new things. We're like, stop taking things or lessening things that we enjoy or used to. Because again, like, yes, they don't have the budget that they would normally have for like a Horror Nights, but they have to have a pretty decent budget with all the food booths. You know what I mean?
Well, and
like
to call it like an event, like Mardi Gras, to call it an event, it needs to feel like something special is going on there.
That's true.
Over down the street at Epcot, there's always events.
Yep.
And Epcot's huge, but once you walk into World Showcase, there's an event going on. Whether it's food and wine or the Flower and Garden Festival, the Flower and Garden Festival with all of the topiaries and the beautiful gardens and everything, the butterfly houses, it's, like everywhere you go that's what's happening. I just feel like Universal, if they're going to call it an event and make it a draw for their people and calling it Mardi Gras, it needs to feel like Mardi Gras, not just throw a parade and some food out there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, with that all being said, it wasn't a bad year. It wasn't a bad Mardi Gras. We enjoyed ourselves.
And it's not like we had to pay extra to get into it. So there's that.
Yeah.
You guys have pretty much reiterated what Kevin, Madeline, Grace, and Kayla told me. They really enjoyed the event, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I think that's probably the biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. I wish we could have got there, but we still have only got like that one trip to kind of judge it by, and it was a strange week weather-wise, to be fair, as well as other things. But we'll get that.
You're
Definitely want to go again.
I'm graduating next year.
Apparently
think I'll be free?
We're doing a weekend during the Mardi Gras at some point. We've done a Horror Nights one. We've done a Holidays one. I suppose we have to.
So that's 25 then.
I've already had someone asking me if we're doing one this year.
Get saving people, Mardi Gras 25.
Oh. No, it's Epic Universe years.
That's Epic Universe.
We can do both.
That's the Epic Weekender.
Yeah.
That's the Epic Weeker.
We'll just stay for the entire duration. Fees will cover it.
Anyway, my job might not.
You can get another one.
Okay.
Just work at Universal. They're paying $15 an hour.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
No thanks.
Well, on that note, that's the end of the podcast. That means it's time for a Universal, and this one comes from Jeff Royds. Oh, I dread to think.
No.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
I was going to say strap in, folks, but that might be what he's got to say.
If you'd have been paying attention to the Producer Club, you know exactly what's going on.
I've been too busy. If you would like to get involved, just let us know what you think Universal is in 3 words or less, and send them to podcast@uuopodcast.com. But for this episode, Jeff says Universal is finally gonna happen. See you next time.
That was another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast, the best and only podcast about Universal Orlando on the island. Check us out on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcasts, news, and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. Join the Producers Club by emailing us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Check out our friends, the Theme Park Duo, for all your other theme park news, and email Michelle at portkeyvacations.net to book your next trip. So until next time, this is Amity 6, call off the Marines, we're coming home.